I've never felt so close to the possibility of disclosure. The Nephilim, the giants.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 scary ghost videos that will make you lose sleep. So, let's begin. Our first video, which was actually a live stream, comes to us from a YouTube channel known as Horror Museum, and features an interesting and very long paranormal investigation that is literally feature length. So if any of you are interested, I do recommend checking it out in full. Without a doubt, the creepiest and most unexplainable event in the video happens at around the 1 hour and 15-minute mark. It seems as though the uploader and a friend or crew member are trying to make contact with the dead with the help of a Ouija board, when suddenly something from the corner of the room catches their eye and baffles them. Take a look.
No se ve, mira mi celular. Quita tu luz. Mira mi celular, mira mi celular. Mira mi celular. Mira. Mira.
¿Qué es eso?
Mira, en persona se ve.
Sí se ve, sí se ve. Se ve
No
acá,
manches,
se
no
ve
manches,
acá.
no manches, no manches, no manches.
Se ve acá. ¿Qué es eso?
¿Sí se
¿Qué
ve?
es eso?
Cierra la sesión.
Cierra la sesión.
¿Será la persona?
No sé. ¿Qué es esa luz?
No tengo idea.
¿Qué es esa luz?
No, apágala, apágala, apágala. Hay que guiarnos.
¿No me puedo ir a oscuras? ¿Qué es esa luz?
Cerró la sesión y ya no se vio.
Ya no está.
After this happens, the channel owners attempt to find out where exactly this mysterious light of fire is coming from, but they don't seem to be able to find anything.
¿Qué fue?
Mira como si saliera de aquí de este hoyo.
No sé, pero yo lo veía en esto.
¿Qué fue? ¿Es eso?
Camina, no te quedes atrás.
No sé si se vio en la transmisión, pero clarito. Lo vi yo en
¿Qué fue eso, viste? Era una resplandecencia como si fuera fuego.
Sí.
What could have possibly caused such a strange event? If you have any theories on this, I would love to hear what they are in the comment section down below. A man on YouTube runs a channel called The Prometheus 82, and on it are various different random videos, but nothing on the channel could really be classified as creepy. However, one video uploaded in November of 2020 changes that notion. In the video, it looks as though his family is getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner, as we can see him and his daughter in the kitchen area. And if you look in the oven, you can see food in there. All in all, this seems like a very normal and ordinary Thanksgiving family get-together. But then, out of nowhere, this happens.
What just knocked that over? What just knocked that over?
The way the bottle toppled over like that indeed seems very unnatural and definitely not the result of a wind gust from an open window or anything like that. The man in the video stated on Reddit that the house is over 70 years old and has had many owners, and says that Texas is quite haunted when it comes to homes. Prometheus even replied to a comment on the video, stating that he didn't want to scream in front of his daughter despite being scared himself.
Hello, custom screen print. That would have been a good one. Custom screen printing. I like custom screen printing. If you do a ghost channel or something like that, do that. It'd be awesome. Not too bad. I am just watching some scary videos, and actually I have a video with aliens that was suggested to me today that I figured I'd take a look at, and we could look at it all together.
He wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to freak out, but was still terrified when it happened, and it's not hard to see why.
And how are you today? Tonight. It's all blending together. Once again, I apologize to everybody. I do not pay for YouTube.
In November 2012, a
Hello,
woman on
Misty.
YouTube known as Mel3385 uploaded a video which sees her walking around her hotel room and proceeding to call out hello, seemingly trying to talk to somebody that we cannot see on camera. Right from the beginning, this particular piece of footage is sure to give
How are
you
you
the
doing
chills.
tonight, Misty?
Something about it gives off an indescribable goosebump-inducing feeling, and it gets all the more creepy once she walks into the bathroom and makes quite the startling discovery, followed by some more scary ongoings.
The heck? Hello? Oh my gosh.
Can you hear me now? The problem is probably my microphone's too far away from my face. At least I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Sorry.
Unfortunately, taking a look at Mel's channel will inform you that this is the latest video on her YouTube channel, and it is almost 10 years old now. So it doesn't seem like Mel will be posting any follow-up video to this particular piece of footage anytime soon. But all we can do is hope that she is safe today and has no more problems with paranormal entities. Scope uploaded the following video to TikTok, which follows them as they walk around outside what looks to be an abandoned building. The way they are walking around with the phone camera and slowly working their way around the edges of this house outdoors indicates...
How's it going, everybody? I see I got a few more viewers in here, so I want to let you guys know that there was a UFO video that was suggested to me earlier today that I haven't looked at yet, but I figured we could all look at it together. Hey Marissa, how are you?
that they are trying to get something on camera, all while being as quiet and discreet as can be. At one point in the video, they find a room that they are able to peer into, but ultimately finds nothing in it. Little do they know, they already captured something terrifying on camera right at the beginning. Take a look.
Apa ya? Taunya namanya 5 tuh. Nah, kurang nyambung saya. Oh ini bang, ternyata lewatnya sini bang. Iya, baru ingat saya baru ingat. Nah, ini lewat sini nih bang. Kurang nyambung saya.
I'm glad that you were good, Mariah. Or not Mariah, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry, Marissa. I was thinking about some other freaking location and stuff. This reminded me of the Mount Moriah Cemetery, so sorry about that. Oh my god.
Oh ini bang, ternyata lewatnya sini bang. Iya, baru ingat saya baru ingat. Nah.
Although it may be hard to see, by slowing down the footage you can make out what...
Quick question, everybody, yes or no, are aliens real? Please let me know what you guys think.
appears to be some sort of weird figure. The uploader noticed it after they filmed this and believe it is a pocong. A pocong is an Indonesian ghost that is said to be the soul of a dead person trapped within its shroud. I have featured pocong sightings in the past, and this is among the creepier ones. What do you guys think? Was this a real pocong caught on camera? Was it a hoax? Or was it something else entirely? Let me know in the comments down below.
Kick off summer with Guitar Center's Memorial Day event. Save up to 40% on
The YouTube channel known as The Haunted Side has traveled to countless interesting locations that are allegedly haunted.
I got one
and
yes.
have conducted investigations to see if they can capture anything scary on camera, and have been doing so to entertain their subscribers for quite a long time now. In one of their videos, the crew heads on out to the Victor Hotel, located in Victor, Colorado. There isn't supposed to be anybody in the hotel that day besides themselves, and the hotel is actually closed when they arrive, meaning no outsider could just wander in. Back in the day, the hotel was a makeshift hospital as well as a makeshift morgue, both of which were on the 4th floor. One of the rooms, room 406, was used to store bodies in the winter. During the investigation, the Haunted Side attempts to make contact with one of the dead miners that worked on the hotel, named Eddie. It is said that Eddie fell to his death from the 3rd floor after he stepped into an empty elevator shaft and fell tragically to his death. While standing outside of Eddie's room, one of the crew members points the camera right at the door, and it isn't long before he
Yes, Siri and the kids were followed by a hovering light a couple years ago. That's terrifying and creepy and awesome, all rolled into one. I would love to hear that story in more detail. That's amazing. I remember one day me and Cassie were coming back from White River and on the interstate, and we saw this freaking, pretty sure it was like a meteor or an asteroid, and it was like she was sleeping. So I woke her up. I said, "Look at this shit." And she's like, "What?" And she looks up and she's like, "Oh my God." And it was coming down, and it was like a bright green, and it just lit up the sky. Like, everybody on the interstate that day was probably freaking out, thinking they were going to get hit by an asteroid, because it was freaking, it looked really close. But yeah, I would love to hear more about the hovering light that followed him. Very creepy.
starts to hear something absolutely chilling. Have a listen.
You hear me, Eddie? I can legit hear someone walking around in here. Whoa! Here it comes. You hear me, Eddie? I can legit hear someone walking around in here.
It sounded like even the elevator door shut.
That's what I thought it was at first. I thought something happened with the elevator, and I was at 406, and I heard, and it sounded like it came from this side of the hallway, because I was at the other end of the hall.
The footsteps are definitely creepy, but the banging noise is even more terrifying because the sound would be reminiscent of how Eddie fell to his death all those years ago.
Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I'm just going to go straight to the alien video because I have it saved here in my history. And I wanted to see what it looks
Girl
like.
5 Eva has a little he.
Yes! My DMs are filthy. I can't even.
Terrifying aliens.
U.S. intelligence agencies are expected to deliver an unclassified report to Congress next month on what the government knows about UFOs. With curiosity at a fever pitch, there is new video of a possible encounter. This footage of a radar seen by sailors aboard the USS Omaha back in 2019 shows as many as 14 UFOs swarming the ship off the coast of San Diego. at least one of the objects was moving upwards of 160 miles per hour.
138 knots. That one's pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right?
Yeah. 263 at 3 miles, 55 knots speed.
Investigative filmmaker Jeremy Corbell says the clip verifies a prior video he released of the same incident.
Oh my God.
With the earlier footage showing a mysterious object flying over the ship before disappearing into the Pacific Ocean. And as we get a look at more sightings, officials warn that these objects appear to be far more advanced than our aircrafts. Harris, starting with you. So now we have President Obama, who says UFOs exist. You have Republican Director of National Intelligence, formerly John Ratcliffe, saying basically the same. And now we're hearing that they might be far more advanced than U.S. aircrafts. Are you concerned?
Well, what I am concerned about is really what the unidentified portion really means. I mean, I think it's really cool and fun to think that, you know, things may be coming here from another world. What I would be worried about is our enemies doing some stuff, because it's unidentified flying objects. It doesn't say necessarily that they came from a different planet.
How old is this video,
So
though?
we do know that we have some haters. And when you look at the FOIA requests on some of the markings of these, you know that some in the media must be aware of this, right? And the military is always working on things with our enemies.
Yeah.
So if they are from another world, let's hope they're friendly. And if they are enemies trying to fly faster than we do, let's find out as much as we can. And if that's the case, you don't have to tell us. Keep it to yourselves, because we want to be able to fight them if we have to, those enemies on the ground, on Earth, who didn't come from another nation or another
That's a great point. Yeah, it's a really great nuance there. Kennedy, you had the head of X-Files come out and say that he's delighted at this news, that UFOs have been a subject of interest of his for a long time. And meanwhile, the former creator of Men in Black came out and said, this is a little scary. So are you delighted or are you scared?
I'm delighted. I think it's fantastic, because if you are able to traverse light years through space, most of which is still a complete mystery to us, between dark matter and dark energy, which makes up a majority of the universe, we don't know how those things behave. And the laws of physics, as we know them, these craft would have to violate that in order to travel from the closest star. It is physically impossible in terms of what we are able to accomplish. So I said this on my show the other night, if they've got craft this advanced, they've got weapons this advanced, and they're not using them. And I truly believe that intelligence will evolve to something closer to goodness than destruction, if for no other reason than for preservation. So I am optimistic about this. And also, we got Tang and Tempur-Pedic mattresses from the moon missions from NASA. So imagine what we could get with alien technology. I can't wait. Flying cars are just the tip of the iceberg.
I love the optimism, Kennedy. Dr. Sapphire, do you maintain that same optimism?
So I'll be honest, I'm with Harris. I don't like the unidentified portion. I mean, right now, you know, we can't even protect ourselves from like misinformation from China, and our southern border isn't even secure. So I want to know what these are, because I'm not very confident that we can protect ourselves should we need to. I'd like some more information, so I'm ready for them to release that report.
David, quick answer from you. What do you think we see in this report from the U.S. government?
Well, Harris is spot on. This is two countries telling each other something. It's either us.
Okay, so this was filmed in 2019, released yesterday, suggested to me today. What do you guys think? Aliens? Let's see here. I don't want to go with Watch Mojo, because fuck that. Let's see about this one. It's from a year ago.
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I command you to give me.
Top 10 scary things caught on camera. Aliens. Face your fears. This video was featured on the nightly news in Ecuador. A boy is filming his father with a cell phone, focusing on the tattoo on his back. Instead, the boy captures something absolutely bizarre and terrifying.
Ooh. Right up the nose.
When viewing the video back, a strange face inexplicably appears in the video footage.
Oh my god.
Some believe that the boy somehow captured some interdimensional being on camera. Now,
What do you guys think?
whether this footage is real or faked, interdimensional being or not, either way, it's just bizarre. Disappearing Act. This next clip is from the short-lived 1990s television series Paranormal Borderline with Jonathan Frakes. The host claims that this clip was sent to them anonymously and shows late-night footage from a factory security camera.
There are 4 black and white pictures. In the top right quadrant, a worker walks right to left, a second flash of light, now in a fetal position. Then moments later,
Oh, I remember this video.
he vomits, and seconds later, staggers right to left, out of frame.
The story goes that after this incident, the man was never quite the same. Soon after, he quit his job at the factory and moved out of town.
I remember that.
Out of left field. In the Black Forest area of Colorado, it is said that Russell Elliott often witnessed strange lights around his farm. He began to document these strange occurrences on video. But one night he catches something a bit more.
I've never felt so close to the possibility of disclosure. The
Hold on one
Nephilim.
second. Siri says they were driving from Mission to White River and the light appeared before the turn at the junction. Okay, I know where that is. And the light turned with them. Jesus. That's amazing.
Now, this is one of those clips that might just be a little too good, if you know what I mean. But let me know what you think down in the comments.
Well, it kind of looks like the alien moves his head a little bit.
Batteries not included. In
What do you guys
St.
think of that
Augustine,
one?
Florida, a man repeatedly hears strange noises in his house, so he sets up security cameras to investigate. He catches something absolutely bizarre.
The hell is it? You know, I'm not a big fan of orbs at all. And honestly, you can kind of see like a trail of something on this video.
Some
Maybe
weird light
a
emitting
green screen that
object
was
seems to
edited
be
out.
floating around his kitchen as if scanning the surroundings.
Interesting.
When I first saw this, I thought it could just be a mini
I
drone
don't know if
or
it's an
some kind
orb
of
or what
light
it
on a
is.
string, and I thought that right up until it flies through the
At first,
ceiling.
I thought it was floating
This clip has
toilet
been
paper
submitted
rolls.
to the
So,
Mutual UFO Network for
you know,
professional
whatever.
examination. But just what do you think this could be?
I don't know.
In a flash. In Brazil, there have been multiple sightings of what many locals believe to be an alien visitor. In this clip, a Brazilian news program tries to catch the creature on camera.
Olha lá, eu vi agora, velho. Acabou, você pegou aí? Você pegou? Você viu que ele apareceu ali, ele é baixinho.
Some say that this clip is
The floating
evidence of
toilet paper
alien
would be handy.
teleportation, as the creature seems to disappear in a flash of light. But what do you think?
And then like somebody
Swamp
shining a
gas.
flashlight down
Workers at a gas
a
station in
tree.
Peru are working late at night when they spot something bizarre.
Oh boy.
The workers see a small illuminated figure no more than 3 feet tall. They approach it, but it seems to speed up to avoid them. They say that the thing had several legs, but seemed to float slightly above the ground.
Ahí es donde vuela.
If you're just now tuning in, tell me if you believe in aliens, yes or no.
Se puede ver clarita sus patitas.
I don't know about that thing. It looks like it could be like one of those remote
Workers
control,
say that the bizarre alien
not drones, but like
robot
back in the day they had these like
whatever
silver
that
balloons
is, just seemed
that
to
were like the
disappear
shapes of
into thin
fish and
air
shit.
as mysteriously
And
as it had
like
appeared.
you filled them with helium.
Case is currently being
They had little
investigated
fans
by the
on them and you
Peru
could control them like
Association
that.
of
And that's
Ufology.
kind of what it seems like. If I remember correctly,
Should you answer it, or
you
let
could
it go to
actually buy alien versions
If you
of
don't
that
know
thing.
who's calling, it's hard to know what to do. Cue bin.
Chime off in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. The old tinfoil looking balloons that you fill with helium, they had fans on them so you could control them with remote control. Or am I just talking out of my ass? I remember them, so who knows?
Men in Black. Shane Sovar, manager of a Niagara Falls hotel, reported that he spotted a strange triangular UFO in the sky above the hotel.
That's what it looked like in the fucking clip that we just looked at, the one that was suggested to me today, the ships that were surrounding the ship out in the ocean.
Hotel. A few days later, while Shane was out, his hotel received 2 strange visitors.
One of my bellmen approached me, and he kind of had a weird look on his face, and he said to me, "There's a couple guys in here looking for you." And I said, "Couple guys? What do you mean?" And he said, "There's a couple really strange-looking men that were here." And they kind of freaked everybody out, and they were asking questions about you. They were
That's what I
really,
thought, yeah.
really tall. He said, and they were identical height. They were the exact same height. They were wearing the exact same clothes, and they had the exact same faces, like they were twins.
Now, 3 people witnessed the men's arrival and their strange physical appearance. Were these the mysterious men in black who were said to appear after UFO close encounters? Well, no one will ever know, because the only evidence that remains is this creepy CCTV footage. Tree hugger.
They dressed
In this
identical.
next clip, a man hears what he thinks are strange animal noises outside his house. Despite his wife's protests, he goes to investigate. And, spoiler, it's not an animal.
Vou. Peraí. Deixa eu vir. Puxa, velho. Corre.
So
What
this
is
an
he
alien,
filming with, though?
Creature, or just a very skinny guy in a mask? You decide.
I don't want to disrespect anybody with this, but that camera quality is shit. I'm not saying you need to go out and buy a $500 camera or anything like that, but that camera is shit.
Puxa, velho. Corre.
Close Encounters. Over on the YouTube channel Operation Z Project CXV, a guy named Ken claims that he captured some otherworldly being walking behind him, even though he didn't notice anything at the time. The footage was caught on a motion-activated trail camera.
It scared you guys, oh, that's awesome.
A closer look reveals that there is indeed
Whoa.
someone or something walking behind him. But whether it's an alien or not,
I wouldn't say it's
I'll
an
leave
alien,
that
but
for you to decide.
there's definitely something there. Sorry guys, I don't
In this
pay for
next
YouTube,
clip,
so I
King
still
claims
have
that an alien
ads.
has cloaked itself in some kind of invisibility field and then peeks out as his cat passes by. King claims his videos are 100% legit proof of alien life. But what do you think? Thanks for watching. Suggest videos at nukestop5@gmail.com and follow me on Twitter at nukestop5 to see some videos that didn't quite make it to the top 5. I'll see you next week.
Here's a new Nukes that came out 4 days ago. I have not seen it, so let's watch it together. It's not alien related on this one, but if you notice the title of the video says
When the walls
and scary
come
videos.
tumbling down. Paranormal investigators Jordan and Johnny from the YouTube channel Paranormies are back on a new investigation that brings them to an old abandoned train station in Piney, Manitoba, Canada. The Piney train station was closed in the 1960s.
That's not that far, guys.
In the 1980s, a tormented local man named Dennis drank himself to death in the abandoned Piney train station. Locals believe that his spirit haunts the station to this day. People have seen unexplained shadows in the windows of the train station, and curious explorers who dared to go inside would feel a presence watching them. The Paranormies, Jordan and Johnny, set out to investigate whether the stories are true. Once inside the Piney train station, the two friends realize just how badly decayed the building is. The roof actually seems like it's about to collapse.
Yeah. Oh my god. Was that upstairs? No, that's outside.
Holy f, man, it sounded like a piece of the house just busted off.
What? That might have been it, because look at the roof.
Was that a piece of the house or was that you?
Jordan and Johnny aren't sure whether they just captured something paranormal or something might have fallen from the ceiling. But the longer they're inside, the stranger the unexplained sounds become.
Holy
Sound like glass shattering.
This time the Paranormies team hears the sound of glass shattering somewhere inside the old train station. But again, they can't quite place where the crash came from. But the next sound they hear is even creepier.
She was saying he's so emotional.
That's footsteps. Matter. That's f***ing footsteps. Go, 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 go.
Hang on, hang on.
This thing is going off right now.
Dennis. Dennis.
That's loud, dude.
Oh yeah, we gotta make sure to like the video.
Jordan and Johnny hear footsteps coming from right above them on the second floor. However, when they go up to investigate, there's no one there. But the two explorers do find the source of one sound they hear, and it is absolutely terrifying.
All the the people that are coming through this place.
React. What's that?
React.
How's that?
What is that, man? Dude.
What is that? Is that a door handle?
Dude, what the fuck is that?
What?
And it just stops.
The lock on the door is eerily shaking back and forth on its own. When the investigators get close to the door, the fast-paced rattling mysteriously just stops.
I did get goosebumps
Jordan
on that
and
one.
Johnny decide to do a sensory deprivation session. Jordan covers his eyes and puts headphones in his ears so that the only thing he hears are the answers coming through their spirit box. Meanwhile, Johnny asks questions to the spirit of Dennis that might be haunting the abandoned train station. They get some strange answers, but then something even more shocking happens.
Oh. Here.
Here? That was you? You're here? If you can make that noise again.
I heard K2.
If you can make that noise again, I'll check the K2. If you can make that noise again, let us know.
In here.
We'll come over there.
Sweep. What?
There's a noise over there. Oh my god.
They brought a Ouija board with them, I think.
Did you see it?
I'm never going to mess with
The
one
bizarre
of those
silhouette
things.
of
I
what
don't want
looks
to
like
mess with
the
a
upper
Ouija
half
board.
of a person can be
Oh, what
seen
the fuck?
slowly forming in the hallway. When Jordan shines his flashlight on the eerie figure, it disappears.
It could be a trick done with
Eventually,
other
the
lights,
guys
though.
decide to set up a Ouija board to communicate with the spirit. It did not go well.
My hands and knees are just shaking.
Did you move? It looks like it's crooked.
Really? No, it's still over, right over top.
It's right over T, but I thought it was straighter before.
What was that? The light just died?
Or light just died.
Was that you, Dennis? The thing was fully charged.
Might be using the energy. Oh, dude, get out.
What? What? Sorry, skip it.
Okay, get out.
We're
The
wanting
thing's
it.
fully charged.
Might be using the energy. Oh, dude, get out.
It sounded like everything was falling apart.
Oh my god.
Holy.
The light on their camera dies even though the battery is fully charged. And then the guys have to make a run for it as the station suddenly starts to fall apart all around them. They grab their camera, leave the Ouija board, and just get out of there. So did the paranormies capture
Jesus.
supernatural evidence that proves that the Piney train station is haunted? Did they capture the
In
ghost of
Manitoba?
Dennis's lingering soul on camera? Or
That's not that
is it all
far
just
from
an
here.
elaborate hoax? As
I mean,
always,
it's a drive.
you decide. You can watch this full investigation and many more creepy videos over on the YouTube channel, Paranormies. Caught on camera. This next video was sent to me privately by Nuke's Top 5 viewer, Mary Therese Pagay from the Philippines. In her email, Mary says that she's a nursing student and that she was at home with her brother recording a demonstration video for her final exam. Then, this happened.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay na? Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, verified the client's... Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, explained the procedure, and asked for his consent, verified the client's identity, and provide...
Ano ito?
Sige na. O, tara. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that I have introduced myself to the patient,
The light flickers for a second and then just off screen, the closet door forcefully slams open on its own, scaring Mary and her brother so much that they run from the room.
That looked like
In
a
the follow-up
genuine,
video, Mary
genuine
shows the closet that
reaction.
burst open, and the story gets truly bizarre.
So this is where it all began, and this is the cabinet. And I'm actually very afraid to touch it or open it. I'm very sorry for the mess. So as you can see, this cabinet is full of clothes and no person can actually, oh my gosh, fit inside here. And this is where my brother stood. And this is the light switch. So my brother was videotaping me.
Hey Chris, what's up, buddy?
I was standing
We're
here,
watching
and my brother was
ghost videos
standing
again,
here.
but also we were watching
And
aliens
the
videos
lights actually
earlier.
started to flicker before the cabinet opened.
We might watch aliens again.
And actually before that we were actually experiencing weird things. Oh my gosh, I'm very scared. but this is what it looks like inside.
Chris, right away, let me know. Do you
Ko-
believe in aliens or not? Yes or no? Are they real?
No person
You tell
can
me.
actually fit inside here. It was actually me and my brother inside this room. And right now, I'm not sleeping inside this room. I'm sleeping in my parents' room.
Mary explains that she is now too scared to sleep in her own room. And maybe she should be, because during the recording of her follow-up video, a strange voice can be heard.
And actually, before that, we were actually experiencing weird things.
The Rugrats are back in a brand new series.
They got a diaper full of dreams.
And when duty...
Now, Mary has a YouTube channel, but her videos are entirely dedicated to her nursing education and have nothing at all to do with the paranormal.
I don't know who you're watching, but I like Secure Team 10. For sure, if space is real. I'll check it out.
Furthermore, Mary says that she's always been a skeptic, and before these videos, nothing paranormal had ever happened in her home. As for me,
Like I said, I was watching a video that was suggested to me earlier by YouTube about like 14 different alien ships, possibly UFO ships, not alien ships, I should say UFOs, that were surrounding a tanker, not a tanker, but a ship out in the ocean, a military vessel. So it's pretty interesting.
me, personally, I'd have to say that she genuinely looks terrified in this clip. But what do you think? What remains? Urban explorer Christopher Hill from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill travels to the city of Warren, Ohio to explore the long-abandoned...
Oh, I love that. I have heard several times that spirits hang out in cluttered areas. I don't know, ... But it sure gives me plenty of drive to stay organized. That's awesome.
St. Joseph Riverside Hospital. The sprawling medical facility was established in the 1960s. And as with any old hospital, thousands of patients passed away inside its walls. Many people believe that some of those patients never left. Because, you see, the St. Joseph Riverside Hospital is said to be extremely haunted. Chris enters the old decaying building, and as he explores the hospital's cluttered hallways and rotting rooms, he captures some very strange sounds.
LOL, well, I'm screwed then. My house is cluttered. Well, you know, if you catch anything on camera, send it to me. Maybe that's why I have activity in my office here, because, to be honest with you, like right here, looks good.
Later,
back
and on
here,
a completely different floor,
not
here's
so
something
much.
again. Now, I'm not sure exactly what these odd sounds could be. Obviously, it might be anything from animals inside the hospital to just some very odd buildings settling noises. Or possibly even something paranormal. But either way, Chris just shrugs it off and completes his exploration throughout the entire St. Joseph Hospital. But later on, after Chris uploads his video, observant YouTube viewers spot something that Chris didn't even notice. Something downright chilling.
Oh, I thought they were blocking out what we were seeing, or what we were missing.
It's flooded.
Did you see it?
Oh,
it's
shit.
very easy to miss, but what appears to be a hand or arm can be seen quickly disappearing behind a door frame.
Yeah, that's a hand.
Chris has no
Fuck
idea
that.
what he's just captured and passes right by the door and continues on to explore the flooded rooms down the hallway. So just what is this? Could it simply be a squatter who is living in the old deserted building? Or could it be one of the spirits that roam the old hospital
Flooding
hallways?
is kind of gross, yes.
Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire video and many more explorations of creepy abandoned buildings over on the YouTube channel, Urbex Hill. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me.
Heads up, guys, ghost hunting. I'm going tomorrow to 2 different locations for 2 different videos. Hopefully I can get one done edited Monday, up later that week. I don't know, but I'm hoping to have 2, one for each next couple weeks, so we'll see what happens there. Oh, also, I'm only like 3 subscribers away from 400. It's pretty awesome. So if you guys have not subscribed, or if you know anybody who would be interested, go on ahead and suggest me to them, because that would be awesome. So yeah, let's get back to it.
5@gmail.com. Meanwhile, on TikTok. TikTok user Dino Nugget 741 claims that ever since he saw a quote voodoo lady in New Orleans 7 years ago, that something followed him home, and that the entity has not left him alone ever since. He says that the mysterious spirit even follows him when he moves to a new house. He records his terrifying experiences and posts them to TikTok. One night, in an attempt to cleanse his brand new home in Colorado with sage, the TikTok user captures something absolutely horrifying.
Come on, man. I know, bud. I'm not afraid, man.
You sound afraid. Is that a fucking guy standing down there?
Come on out, man. Oh, yes. Whoa, 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 whoa.
As he opens the door to the basement, a dark figure can be seen standing at the bottom of the staircase, just kind of staring up at him. When he turns on the light, the figure disappears out of sight. He checks out the basement, but there's no one there. Then strangely, he hears the voice of what sounds like a laughing woman from upstairs, and the door slams shut. So is it real? Or is this bizarre haunting just an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can check out more of his paranormal encounters over on his TikTok page and YouTube channel, Dino Nuggets 741.
So I keep seeing comments saying that the original video is on Nuke's Top 5s. If somebody has the link to that, could you please send it to me? Because I can't seem to find it.
TikTok user Dom Matigan says that his family home in Chicago was built in 1929. And that the
no shit, right, Chris? I'm not afraid. Runs.
Took his own life after he suffered
Dude,
financial
what
ruin
would you do?
during the
Like,
Great
not that
Depression.
I'm calling you out,
For
but like,
years,
I
Dom
know
and his
myself,
family
I would have
heard
been
the
freaked out,
strange
dude. That's
sounds of
fucking creepy.
footsteps,
I
knocking,
thought like the laughing was like
remaining
maybe his
inside
wife
their
or
home.
something, but
The
apparently
family believes
not.
that the ghost of Richard Spencer
That dude in the
haunts
basement.
home.
I don't know, man.
One
I feel
night
like you
around 11
probably
PM,
could have
Dom
faked
is
this
home
video though.
alone when suddenly the angry ghost
Still didn't.
makes a
It creeped me
terrifying
out.
return. Dom grabs his phone and starts to record.
You've told me a couple stories.
I'm literally
That kind of creeped me out. Still, I remember
Listen
those
to
ones.
how loud and aggressive it is.
You wouldn't be afraid? Custom screen printing?
That's why we're moving.
Now, obviously Dom doesn't seem to be frightened at all by the incident, but Dom explained that he's heard the banging so many times now that it doesn't even really scare him anymore. Weeks later, it happens again.
I remember the one you
and
told
Dom
me
is
about
ready.
that Ouija board,
So
Chris,
back in the
that
house,
your friends played
every
with.
few seconds, there's
That's a
another-
terrifying. Custom screen printing says no, I would not. Well, that is awesome, but I would.
He runs toward the door and opens it.
But I guess that's
again,
part of it. It's facing
no
your
one
fears,
there.
right?
Intrigued TikTok viewers wonder what would happen if Dom started to knock back. Another night, and Dom decides to test it out.
Okay, so I'm trying to get ready for bed. And there's another one. That's so nothing. Everyone's been asking me to try and knock back. You f***ing
Dom steps outside and knocks on the door himself. But the
I do like
response
how
actually comes from the closet door.
I do like
next
how
to
this
him.
guy just has a good time with it.
These days, Dom says that instead of being scared by the haunting, it has actually started to become a tiring nuisance. Dom is currently making plans to move to a new house. So is Dom's family home haunted by an angry ghost? You decide.
Yeah, the dude in the
You can
hallway
find more
wasn't
of his
creepy at all,
paranormal
he says, right?
experiences over on
Yeah,
the
that
YouTube
fucking
channel and
story you told me,
TikTok
dude.
page, Dom
Whenever we
Matigan.
start our podcast, we're gonna fucking talk about
so last
that.
week I featured the story of Maddie Barr.
I've been thinking of
who
names,
believes
and I
that
have
a
not
dark
come up with a
entity
good one
followed
yet.
her home
So if
after she went on a paranormal
me and my friend Chris Cutlass are thinking about doing a podcast, we've talked about it a couple times on different occasions. Let me know if you guys would like listen to that, because I think we'd have some good banter back and forth, to be honest with you. But we both have experienced some pretty creepy shit, and we love talking about it. Oh, what did I do? No. Like history. No. What did I just do? What did I just do? Don't tell me I did something stupid.
paranormal investigation at a cemetery.
Maggie? Maggie? Oh my god. Maggie? Who is Oh my god. Did he just move?
Oh, this is
Oh my god,
annoying.
oh my god, oh my god.
Maddie says that she often sees a creepy translucent figure on the property around her home, seemingly getting closer and closer to the house. Since the video, Maddie went on a TikTok live stream ghost investigation in her own backyard in an attempt to capture the bizarre figure again. Her live stream viewers are shocked when they see something that Maddie just can't see.
So these are the trees that keeps getting foggy. And it's actually kind of clear. Well, obviously you can't see the sky, but it's like super clear.
The same strange pale translucent apparition seems to appear right in front of Maddie. But
can you
what
guys
do
still
you
see me?
think? You can follow Maddie's paranormal experiences over on her YouTube channel and TikTok page, Maddie Bark.
Can you guys still see?
The Red House. Paranormal investigator Kevin Barranco from the
Oh,
YouTube
thank God.
channly
It's still
Archivo
working.
Extinto
I accidentally
travels to
clicked out on my
Guadalajara,
live
Mexico,
screen
to explore
button,
the
so like that
historic
last video, I didn't
Casa
see any of it.
Colorada, which translates to
So now I gotta catch up with the
Red
trend.
House. The house was built in
Kelly says,
1923 and for
we're seeing
years
Kelly say they would
functioned as
listen.
military barracks before becoming a hospital.
Cutlass says,
The hospital
when
was
stuff like
eventually
this
closed
is
down and the
happens,
property was left empty and
when stuff like this happens anymore, I'm just like, bro, do this crazy when I'm at work.
abandoned. Stories circulated that the remote and secluded
They said she
location
could hear
became
me.
a place where cults performed dark
I
rituals.
heard they fear
Serious
cats and have
visitors claim to
three
have seen witches,
for about 7
demons,
years.
and the
Nothing
skeletal
seems to bother me
female
now.
figure of
Well, yeah.
Santa Muerte, a Mexican
Custom Screen
saint
Printing
who is
says
said
yes.
to wear a long cloak and be the
You guys see me?
personification
Thank you
of
guys.
death itself.
I got it all figured out now.
Kevin is joined by his friends
Alright.
as they explore the creepy location.
My
But the
computer
group
mouse is a
begins
little
to
bit
get
more
little
advanced than it
nervous
should
when
be.
they hear odd
So
noises
whenever
coming
I
from all
click
around
on
them.
one of the side buttons, it goes back on different things. I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Ay, joder. No mames, se escuchó un ruido de acá de este lado.
¿Dónde
güey.
fue? ¿Dónde fue?
Se escuchó acá de este lado.
Ay, cabrón, no mames. Tranquilos, tranquilos, tranquilos.
Ay, no mames, me saqué.
Tranquilos, tranquilos.
¿De dónde fue? De este lado. Fue aquí adentro, no sé exactamente en qué parte. Pero. De este lado.
Ay, güey.
The group finds strange symbols and words written on the walls inside the structure, both in Spanish and oddly in English too. And again, they hear something.
Sí, esto es bastante interesante. Es una palabra en inglés que no voy a mencionar en estos momentos por cuestiones de protección hacia nosotros. Pero dentro de las palabras dentro de esta palabra hay un nombre muy acá se escuchó.
Sí, bien cabrón.
Oye, ¿lo escucharon? ¿Escuchaste?
Bien
I don't hear
clarito,
it.
güey. No sé si la cámara lo captó.
The camera seems to capture the sound of an unexplained deep
Yep, I
breath
hate my
coming
fancy
from
mouse for that.
somewhere
Yep,
in the
it
darkness.
sucks. Like, it's cool. Sucks.
As they continue investigating the writing on the walls, they capture something
Commercial in
downright
2
chilling.
seconds.
Are you ready to be
1
heard?
second?
Learn
Damn.
music production online at the Los Angeles Recording School, a division of the Los Angeles.
Que por todas las paredes hay frases, no sé, quizás unas por vandalismo, otras por sectas. La verdad es que no desconocemos el significado y la verdad es que no queremos saber sobre ello.
Aquí hace mucho frío, ¿eh?
Sí, hace bastante.
What appears to be a cloaked figure can be seen walking inside the structure, but the Archivo Extinto team are completely unaware of what
I
they
don't
have
know about
just
that one.
captured. So could it be that Kevin and his team captured the apparition of Santa Muerte, the cloaked lady of death? Let me know what you think down in the comments. You can watch this full, scary 3-part investigation over on the YouTube channel, Archivo Extinto.
Aw, Chris, I don't want
Thanks
to.
for watching. Follow me on Instagram here.
I want to explore as many of these buildings as I can before they get brought down. I can tell you that, just because it's so much interesting shit you catch there. But yeah, I mean, it is a dangerous thing. So I agree with you, but I also don't want to agree with you. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, it should be brought down. You're absolutely 100% right. But no. Alright, what was the name of the one Chris has suggested? Let me see here, let me see. Got it. Alright, good night, custom screen printing. Thank you for swinging by, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video before you leave, because that would be awesome. Oh shit, what is this? Let me click the subscribe real quick. Is this the leaked Pentagon footage I just watched?
From your phone.
Is it proven to be lies?
Virtual appointment today.
You now own 1 square foot of land
I thought this was the video.
in Scotland.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what's up, guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. So
Tyler
last
is the
night
man.
I
He leaves a
posted
lot to the
tweet
viewer.
about
It's good.
this
That's a good way to do
video
it.
that you're about to watch, and I said in that tweet that I was gonna make a video about all of these recent pieces of UFO footage that came from the fighter jets that were allegedly leaked from the Pentagon, or at least confirmed by the Pentagon, showing a variety of craft of some sort caught on infrared footage via the gimbal cameras on these fighter jets, with objects seemingly performing physics-defying movements, and that would seem to have no heat reading or reading of a propulsion system or anything like that. And as you've probably seen via all of the interviews on Fox News and CNN and MSNBC, the main figure that has been pushing for the Pentagon to release more information about their secret UFO study program has been a man by the name of Jeremy Corbell. Most of you know who he is. I've met him in person, spoke with him, interviewed him, flew out to Los Angeles to see his Bob Lazar film premiere, and, you know, he struck me as a nice guy who's deeply inquisitive when it comes to the UFO phenomenon. However, when it comes to these alleged leaks that the Pentagon has confirmed, now, first of all, I want to clarify something. The Pentagon did not release these UFO videos. The Pentagon never wanted any UFO footage to be leaked. It was the pilots themselves. It was an internal leak of some of this footage that the Pentagon was completely against. Now, at the time, we had the Senator Harry Reid, and he, God love him, had an interest in the UFO phenomenon. So he put the Pentagon's feet to the fire and said, look, I want to know more. And there was a massive pushback from the Pentagon. And so when you see these videos in various interviews, and you hear the words that the Pentagon has confirmed these UFO videos as being legit, they are not confirming what's in the video. They are simply confirming that yes, indeed, these are official videos taken from our jets and our pilots. They're not saying that what's in the video is real or not. And I've got to say, guys, and I've said this before, I've always had some suspicions about this newly leaked footage. For instance, the footage of the night sky, which is in green, where it appears that there are 3 flying, glowing green triangles moving through the sky, supposedly swarming one of these aircraft.
Brittany, hello everybody. Or she says hello people. Well, hello to you, Brittany. Enjoy some alien footage from Secure Team 10. My friend Chris in the comments suggested it. If you have a video you'd like me to check out, let me know.
Craft carriers. But I immediately noticed that there are FAA blinking lights coming from this triangular object in the...
Sorry. These have actually been debunked. I wish I knew where I saw it, but an F-18 and the IR and the bulge is the heat of the engine. Oh, the triangles though.
Sky,
yeah,
which appears to me to just be an out-of-focus airplane. And then we have other pieces of footage, like this, where some are saying that this object that was caught is not actually doing a rapid turn in direction, but is simply some sort of flare coming from the gimbal camera on the fighter jet turning itself. And I can't make heads or tails
He is
of
where
that.
I saw the second
and of
Phoenix
course, we
lights,
have
dude. That's
the
awesome.
newest UFO footage leaked from yet another pilot showing what we reported on earlier in the week to be some sort of spherical object that appears to be floating along above the ocean before going down into the ocean. And so I was planning on making a video about this and giving my opinion when another YouTube channel, and I'm giving them full credit for this, created a video that will explain it way better than I can. And the channel's name is Thunderfoot. Some of you may know him, some of you may not, but I'll post his video link down below. But he basically breaks down these pieces of UFO footage that have been leaked and obsessively reported to be legitimate alien craft of some sort by the likes of Jeremy Corbell, Luis Elizondo, and others. And just to give you a little clip from Thunderfoot's video, he tackles some of the mysteries of these UFO clips, and when you watch the entire video, it becomes apparent that all of these Pentagon UFO clips that have been released throughout the past couple of years may all have very simple explanations. So here's a clip from Thunderfoot's new video where he believes he has debunked many of these newly released Pentagon videos and that they are mere natural objects such as birds or other airplanes, and that when you use these cameras and switch them over to heat seeking where you're just getting a heat signature, we see something very different. So check out this short clip.
We have tackled many strange stories on 60 Minutes, but perhaps none like this. It's the story of the U.S. government's grudging acknowledgement of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, more commonly known as UFOs.
Finally, the government has acknowledged the existence of UFOs, which coincided with the release of this footage of a UFO, which I think you'll agree blows away completely all the previously declassified and leaked UFO footage. It clearly depicts a craft with no control surfaces, which is hovering and slowly descending. There are no signs of propulsion on this craft, yet it defies gravity whilst emitting this strange aura, which has been widely speculated by experts to be some sort of anti-gravity drive. It was capable of hypersonic speeds observed by hundreds of witnesses, none of whom could explain what they saw because it was jamming their radar. This is it, people. These things are real. The evidence is overwhelming. Okay, I've got to admit, I was being a little tongue-in-cheek there. This is actually from some guy on YouTube who, I've got to say, has some pretty awesome infrared video of military planes. This one is an F-18 in the infrared. The
Okay, it
point
looks like
to
a
be
plane
made
going
pretty
down,
clearly
landing.
at this point. Things in the infrared don't necessarily look like they do in visible light.
Okay.
And yeah, links below to this guy, because he really does have some very impressive footage there. But yeah, this video of an F-18 coming into land absolutely blows out of the water the leaked videos of UFOs in just how much anti-gravity it emits whilst it's hovering there.
Okay, so as you just saw, it took Thunderfoot 5 minutes to visit another YouTube channel that posts many videos.
Oh, goddamn, I just did it again.
The safest way to see a car up.
I would like to point out one thing that we just saw. I don't know if anybody else acknowledged it yet, but we are watching. Dude, yeah, it's a good point, for sure. That makes you question all the other ones. But I want to point out...
by doing the littlest bit of information.
Sorry. That we just watched, like you guys are watching me watch a video of a guy watching a video of a guy watching a video. Just happened. I didn't even realize it was happening, and it happened.
And finding this other UFO channel that shows what planes look like to a regular camera view versus the infrared or heat signature view, which leads to the issue that if Jeremy Corbell, again, nice guy, no issues with the man, if he, who himself claims to be an investigative filmmaker, missed such an easy way to research these Pentagon videos and compare them to other things like planes and birds, which they're looking very much like that's the case, well then that is going to hurt the UFO community. It's going to hurt ufology even more, because we're now finally on Fox News.
Did you just drop a thunder? I think I did.
And people are finally starting to look at the UFO phenomenon,
dude,
and the
dude,
clips that are being
another
used are simple misinterpretations of natural things, whether it be a plane flying in the sky or the sun setting down over the ocean's horizon, making it look like a UFO is diving down into the ocean deep. And so, Jeremy, if you're watching this, man, no hate whatsoever, nothing but love. But as a UFO reporter myself, and again, I don't pretend to be the king of all UFO knowledge, I never have. I report on what's happening, I try to make it in a simple way for people to understand, but I also call out things when I think they're not genuine. So I wonder if Jeremy is willing to do that as well, and take a look at Thunderfoot's video and analysis of all of these different pieces of footage. Now, having said that, even if these leaked Pentagon videos are nothing but natural aircraft that are simply giving off strange shapes in the infrared and heat signature wise, will these guys like Jeremy...
To be honest, I think the UFOs are from the water, not space. Oh.
come out and correct themselves? And again, that's not to say that the UFO phenomenon does not exist. It's very real. We have thousands of pieces of footage right here on this channel that cannot be explained and have never been debunked. So don't let this persuade you that this is all total hogwash. But I felt compelled as a reporter to let you guys know and to let you guys check out the analysis of Thunderfoot's video and make your own conclusion, rather than just me simply continuing to hype up the Pentagon footage in order to get clicks and views, when I've personally felt from the get-go that some of this footage was simple natural phenomena. So there it is, guys. Go ahead and check out Thunderfoot's video. And
all right, that brings me up to a good point. You can't always trust everything on the internet. You can't trust like 90% of the shit on the internet, or like, you know, every story you ever hear. Like some of these videos, like you'll watch me watch a video, and I'll call it out for bullshit. Well, yeah, that was scary, but it could also be faked. It's always good to take these videos with a grain of salt. As they say, never fully believe it. Be open to it, but never fully fucking believe it. Because there are a lot of assholes out there faking videos just to get clout. And it's really annoying.
Thunderfoot, he's a smart guy. His main expertise is not
Bingo, Chris says.
even with the UFO community or anything like that. But he's just a smart guy and good at taking apart things and analyzing them. So check out his video. It's very eye-opening. And as far as this briefing coming up in June, where the Pentagon is supposed to release a detailed file on what they know about this phenomenon, we're going to see what
Chris says, I'm 1,000% all of it, LOL.
happens. But believe you me, this phenomenon is very, very real. And so, again, guys, I said you may not like the truth, but sometimes the truth just has to come out. And if there is footage being blasted all over the major news networks that turns out to be simple things like airplanes or suns setting over the ocean's horizon line, it's going to be a pie in the face for ufology. So, again, guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm just the messenger. Check out Thunderfoot's video down below. Give me your thoughts. And
Misty says, but it's on the internet. It must be true. Well, there you go. Misty said it's true, guys. Hold on a second. "10 days ago on Chills, #1.
The other thing I like about StreamYard is that if there's ever a
Prepare yourself. I'm confident these scary videos are about to frighten you senseless.
Okay, so like a little bit more on that. I go out ghost hunting. If you watch my videos, I hope you find them entertaining. I'm not saying that I'm lying in my videos, because I'm definitely fucking not. But sometimes I'm sure I hear shit in the woods that's easily explainable. Like if you watched Return to the Haunted Island, we got scared by a fucking bunny. At the time, I didn't know it was a bunny, but it freaked me out. I don't know. Like I said, I hope to catch a lot more stuff on camera. But I know that some of the shit that I've seen or heard in my videos could be explained easily. Possibly. Chris says, I love this guy, but he needs a coffee.
10. Christian Garcia
Yes,
and a couple of his
like he's
friends
sleeping.
are riding around on a motorcycle late at night through the streets of Mexico and are enjoying their night when suddenly they come across something absolutely terrifying and startling on the road.
I thought that was snow.
Right here. This seems to just be a really sort of like isolated road in the middle of nowhere. It's clearly nighttime, and this individual is just sitting out here staring off into the distance. I wish they would have asked if they needed help.
I wouldn't say it's scary.
Instead, just sort of
Just
take
sad.
off. But I guess they do decide they should turn around, which is the right thing to do, so respect to these guys.
Hola, señora. ¿Qué dice? ¿Eh? ¿Quién es? ¿Qué le pasa?
¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se llama? Está en medio de la nada, ¿no?
Tired from making videos, go take a nap,
¿Le pasa
bro.
algo?
No doubt.
If anybody who speaks Spanish could please translate what was said in this conversation.
Dude, okay, I don't know if you guys can hear it with these headphones. Usually I can hear shit a little bit clearer. But, like, it sounds like his audio is off. Like he's using a really cheap microphone. which is kind of different compared to usually he has a pretty decent audio system going on.
But I assume they were asking if they were all right, to which they get no response from the stranger, and I think eventually just decide, yes, to just take off. Even when Christian and his friends drive back to where the mysterious stranger is sitting down on the side of the road, it doesn't really seem as though they are trying to talk to her too much. And I guess it makes sense because she is a complete stranger, and you never know exactly what a stranger is capable of. I just hope.
Exactly. He just sounds off, even the way he's talking about it, yeah. Usually, like, I'm not saying he's more energetic, but in this video he sounds even more tired. Like, usually he does this, I try and talk in a very serious way, but now he's just like, it looks like they're just tired of it, and they just head out. It's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Hope this person is okay and isn't suffering from any problems, but if they are, I hope they will be okay in due time. Number 9, Reddit user Xpear Seekers took this video late one night and shared it to the subreddit Humanoid Encounters, not entirely sure of what exactly he saw while filming. In the video, the Reddit user continuously clicks a light on and off, seeming to be playing some sort of a trick on someone or something, but what exactly does he see? Although it may be hard to see, if you look hard enough, you should be able to see it.
Yeah, more like a streamer observation rather than a well-edited script. Exactly.
Right there, someone or something is just peeking its head past this rock here, trying to obviously stay hidden, and as soon as it spots them, it takes off.
Get it?
Yep.
I think they just capture it that one time, which
Well, yeah, I get that he takes his time saying what he's saying, but and he might mumble, maybe. I know I mumble all the time, but I don't think that's what we're hearing, because usually in his videos he takes his time a little bit more, and in the beginning of this one at least was kind of like, they saw her, they didn't like her, so they left. I don't know, usually, like Chris said, it's a little bit more scripted.
which I also feel adds authenticity to this video. But what I wish they would have done is actually go and check out this rock from the other side to see if whatever it was they caught on camera was still hiding there. Right there.
It's time for some straight talk. You've got work to do, so you order a latte with a side of free internet. Problem is, everyone's sucking up the free Wi-Fi.
Chris says apparently mumbling is a South Dakota trait. Yes, but I also have a little bit of a lisp, so that kind of sucks too.
As to what exactly was hiding behind the rock that night, the uploader states that he believes it could be related to a Native American myth, but is not entirely sure, which is why he wants viewers to give their opinion of what they think it is. So what do you think this strange figure is? Number 8. A Russian YouTuber known as Tret shared a video online of him wandering around through a local forest equipped with a video camera. Because the video is in Russian, I'm not entirely sure what he is saying during the video, but I'm going to assume he is saying he is filming in the forest to see if he can capture anything of interest on camera. And if that is what he's saying, then he got exactly what he wished for.
Как-то мрачно, очень мрачно. Еще и в колодце что-то шипит. Может, ужик?
Wow.
That looks fake.
What the heck is that? It looks like a human face, but its eyes are glowing, and you can kind of see it almost looks like a skull with glowing eyes. And what the heck it's doing down here is a question I do not have the answer to. It looks like it's at the bottom of a well and notices that it's being filmed and just sort of looks straight up into the camera.
Same.
That is just terrifying. And in classic fashion, the cameraman runs away immediately after seeing this, which is totally understandable given the circumstances. Instead of looking like some sort of paranormal entity, I personally think that this looks like some sort of skeleton because of the shape of its head, and I can almost make out some bones. Interestingly though, this skeleton-like creature seems to have dark glowing purple eyes, which would be strange considering how skeletons are not alive. So what exactly is this creature that Tret saw? As for now, it remains a mystery. Number 7. Most people have home surveillance cameras installed for a security measure, just in case somebody attempts to break into their house late at night or an unwanted visitor shows up. But Helen Brookshaw's home surveillance camera captured something much more terrifying than a burglar.
It says, my hunky boy. Video creep, what's going on, my dude?
It captured an unwanted visitor, but not the kind you'd think or hope for. Focus your attention on the upper left side here. So let's count.
Holy
1,
shit.
2, 3 ghostly figures.
We have 9 viewers right now, so everybody just like leave a comment. That's awesome. Thanks.
Here, not just 1, not just 2, but 3 in total.
Dude, I love
and they
this
just
channel.
seem to be
I love
moving
your
in
channel,
unison,
bro.
sort of just back and forth in
He's
this
got
circle
pinned. You're
here.
getting
And
pinned.
to add to this, it also looks like this happens at a graveyard because these appear to be tombstones. The people who own this surveillance system must live beside a graveyard, and that makes sense because the title of this video is Ghost on My CCTV in Graveyard Next Door. So the fact that not
I had
only
10
did
at
they
one point. That's awesome.
capture 3 paranormal presences on camera, but the fact that this also happens at a graveyard, I think just adds to how bizarre and creepy of a
I've said it once or twice before, but yeah, Video Creep brings it up again. Guys, like the video. Thank you, Video Creep. Always looking out, my dude.
situation this is.
A big part of our mission is to create a space in which culture can be shared and consumed and conversations can be had.
I can't even begin to imagine how creepy it would be to have your home so close to a nearby cemetery or graveyard, but that seems to be the case for Helen. What gives this video even more credibility is exactly that. The footage is filmed in a graveyard, which is obviously going to be populated with ghosts and paranormal entities, and in this particular video, it seems like there are at least 3 or maybe 4 of them moving around in a...
Hey, Video Creep, I saw you on your other live stream, but did you do one on your own channel today? I didn't see it. Oh, thanks. Cutlass liked it, so he keeps cookies. What I said earlier was I'd steal your cookies if you don't like it, so.
A strange, almost glitchy manner.
You can have your cookies.
Who knows? Maybe these are the spirits of passed away people going to pay their other family members a visit. Number 6. Millions of people all around the world wake up in the middle of the night for a midnight snack, and that's exactly what happened in this YouTube video.
I've seen this video a lot, and I love it. So, you guys tell me what your thoughts are on it.
Published by Paranormal Nightmares. The uploader says her
big.
husband went downstairs in the middle of the night to pour himself a bowl of cereal. So far so good, but this seemingly ordinary trip to the kitchen at night quickly turns horrifying. Okay, so we start here. He just grabs, you know, cereal out of the cupboard and a bowl.
Well, thank you for that, Misty.
And right there, I'm sure you saw it. The cereal box just moves completely on its own. And what I like about this video in terms of authenticity is that the cereal box is coming straight from the cupboard. There's no possibility that it could be a string causing this. And right there it goes.
I swear I heard him say
He's clearly perplexed by this, a little almost nervous. And right there the cereal box goes again. Some commenters on this video have questioned why there's seemingly a security camera set up inside the kitchen of all places, but the uploader has not responded to this. Perhaps they have them set up in various places in case of things like this happening. Of course, this could also have been done with the use of a very small string. but as far as I can see, it doesn't look like anything is attached to the cereal box. Plus, the way the husband reacts to this box moving seems very genuine. His facial expressions seem quite confused and a little creeped out, especially towards the end of the clip. Who wouldn't be freaked out if they saw their cereal box moving by itself? No.
Chris says his wife trying to bust him sneaking on his diet, no doubt.
Number 5. An old hospital that was recently turned into an office building is experiencing some pretty strange activity lately, and as you will soon see for yourself on this unsettling piece of security footage. Right there it starts. And that door just completely opens by itself. Just watch that one more time. So the door stays completely closed, and then just out of nowhere starts opening. And like the title says, this building is completely empty when this happens. So unless there's potentially a window open, like some sort of draft, I just can't think of any other reason why this would be happening. To provide some context on this video, the owner of the office building has said that he has seen somebody standing in the corner of this room.
Need to buy a car right now? Use CarGurus contactless services to safely find a great deal. Simply.
I apologize, guys. I did not pay for YouTube.
Didn't want to say it was anything paranormal because he was a skeptic. However, just to make sure nothing serious was going on, he called the local authorities, and about a week later, after an alarm went off in the building, they came down to the office to come take a look, but they were unable to find anybody or anything. After checking the security camera footage, this is what they saw. So is this a haunted office building, or just something easily explainable, like a bad door that opens on its own or something? Let me know what you think. Number 4. Over on the r/ghosts subreddit, a user named Cam Sunkissed shares a video of a home surveillance recording on his front porch while a pizza delivery driver drops off the...
I'm not saying you guys mind me skipping it, Chris. I'm just mind you guys having to deal with it in the first place.
Order at the house seems fairly normal right now, but this simple pizza delivery turns into something much more terrifying in just a matter of seconds. Very clearly, you can just hear somebody's voice. It's almost like a whisper, and it doesn't seem to catch the pizza delivery man's attention. It's just very bizarre and out of place here. I'll just play it one more time. Just listen very, very closely.
I'd rather just deal with the ads.
Amazingly, it doesn't even seem as if the pizza delivery in person, so they split up and go 2 separate ways in order to see if they can track down whatever it is they saw. Even still, I don't think they knew that this was going to happen.
What was that?
Right.
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user. For the last 6 years, I've been live streaming consistently to YouTube and Facebook and
That was way too many ads that quick. Alright, hold on a second here. See here for a second.
This next phones. The couple are insisting that the noises need a proper investigation.
Who could this
and
guy
I've been
be?
handing out flyers across the UK about
Top
the
5,
noises
that's a good channel.
in the home South Dakota, La Framboise Island. La Framboise Island is located on the Missouri River near the city of Pierre, South Dakota. The area is a nature area with 7 to 10 miles of trails,
one of these videos with
and it's
me in it
popular with not
in
only
the future.
hikers but also
Yet
ghost
again.
hunters,
'Cause
both
this
of
is
which
awesome.
have reported hearing disembodied voices and footsteps during their visits, as well as unexplained orbs manifesting
And
on
if
their
you
photographs.
guys watch my videos and
These
you share them
occurrences have
to these
earned the island
channels,
the reputation as one
if
of the
you
most
guys see
haunted
something,
places in South Dakota.
that would be awesome.
The reports of paranormal activity are varied and date back to 1804, when Lewis and Clark led the first American expedition to cross the western portion of the United States. But the most common story is that of a young child in great distress
Right, Misty.
who appears at dusk near the river, and those who have followed the child to try and help have found themselves drawn deeper and deeper into the forested part of the island before the child disappears, leaving them lost. This next clip posted on Reddit by YouTuber
awesome, Chris.
Local Legends Burton Moran is incredibly
Whoa.
interesting.
That's
You may
me.
need to put some headphones on to hear this one, but there is definitely something there.
Yes,
Take a
yes,
listen.
I am bragging in hopes that you guys will check out more of my videos.
Yeah, I definitely heard somebody. Like over there, right? Yeah. God, just happen to have to be on the same time as they're doing that.
There's about 30 pounds ago.
Hello? You heard that, right?
Yeah, you are
There's
right
definitely
though,
something
Chris. His voice is very
I heard
relaxing.
Hello?
It's worth pointing out the location of the island means that when the wind is blowing in the right direction, it's possible that what hikers are hearing are the sounds of Pierre City. However,
This was an
despite
amazing
this,
moment.
with all the paranormal
Or this was
activity
a
associated with the
moment
island,
to sub to him
what's your
for some
thoughts?
time.
There are a number of different things we
appreciate
can
that.
hear, from people talking and screaming. We'd love to hear your
Misty,
thoughts
if
on
you
this one.
or anybody else in the chat, if you guys haven't seen, Chris has been posting a couple new videos, pretty interesting stuff. I'll tell you what, whenever Cass was watching it, she heard the story of how it happened, what happened in that car accident, she went like this. So, great stuff.
This next one is fairly old.
Yeah, no, nobody cares about it. I've never even heard of these guys. I don't even know who these people are. We could just go to the top 5 channel and watch what his newest video is.
Whether it's a psychopath trying to explain what
I'm glad she's okay. We both are glad she's okay, because that's terrible. If you do go over to watch his channel, watch his video he posted, like a couple days apart from each other. Watch the first one first and then the second one. Or else you'll be like, huh? But they're great.
drove him to murder his
I liked it.
4-year-old sister, or a serial killer on a cooking show. Here are 5 of the creepiest and most disturbed guests to appear on British TV shows. Now, before we begin, we as a species...
I thought I said something about creatures. Okay. Hold on a second. Let's watch the mysteries one. I like mysteries.
Sometimes crimes are committed that despite
good, man.
extensive efforts are never solved.
If you can get on a computer,
The
I can
same
make you
be
up a
said
couple more
for events that
thumbnails if you
happen
want.
that defy
I don't know if you like that
explanation.
one or not.
In this video, we'll be looking at a mixture of the two.
Okay, we got magnet vortex resonance. Oh, sorry about that. Once upon a time, I was in the United States Army, and I have not only seen alien spaceships / UFOs, but I was in one. My NDA expired last week. I'm disclosing everything very soon. Holy shit. If that's true and you would like to talk to me about it sometime for this channel, then hit me up on my email, dude. Yeah, email me at that if you want to talk more in depth. We'll make a video on it if you don't mind, because that would be amazing. Yeah, that'd be awesome as fuck.
From a frozen to death experience to a long forgotten unsolved crime. Now you're probably
Holy
wondering,
shit.
how do we manage to research all these
My
things
story will make
and
Bob
not go
Lazar
insane?
sound elementary.
While taking a break from the creepy content and exhausting research is a
Sorry I had
vital
to go, my
key to our
back hurt, but
success at Top 5s. One
my
of our
live is
favorite ways
tomorrow
to
for
step
my
away
birthday.
from our
Holy
computer
shit.
and unwind is mobile
Happy
gaming.
birthday, early
Specifically
birthday.
with titles
My
that
brother
allow us
from
to
another
escape
mother.
into miniature digital worlds
Michael Panero,
while still
Video
entertaining
Creep.
us with satisfying objectives. Our favorite game in this category at the moment
I thought you said my
is
back
Bingo
hurt, but I see
Quest
what he says.
Summer Garden Adventure.
Your
a
live is
free-to-play
tomorrow.
mobile game.
Okay.
Make sure to download Bingo Quest Summer Garden Adventure,
Damn, dude, that's
available
awesome.
on iOS and Android now. From
You're a
the
little
link
bit
at the
older
top
than
of the
I am.
description. What makes Bingo Quest the ultimate mode
Not
of
much old.
escapism is it's unbelievably relaxing,
Sorry,
and
guys.
stress-free this game is. And if you like achievement and find an amazing worldwide adventure,
You guys can't hate this guy for hitting his grind trying to get that YouTube money.
Chicago, Thailand.
Let me see here. Do this real quick. Inside the ship is real life Alice in Wonderland stuff. Distinguishing what is real or imaginary is impossible. Perhaps everything is real, but while inside the ship, the atmosphere is like a drug-induced experience and difficult to differentiate. That's gonna mess me up. Differentiate between reality and imaginary. Holy crap, dude. Oh shit, sorry.
On the morning of September 20th, 1982, 12-year-old Mary Kellerman from Elk Grove Village in Chicago complained
The
to her
minute you step
parents
inside
that
the
her throat
craft,
was sore
the mind
and
goes
she had
back
a
to
runny
normal.
nose.
Or once you step
Her
out of
parents
the
gave
craft,
her
your
one
mind goes back to
extra
normal.
strength Tylenol capsule to ease her symptoms. Tylenol is a perfect...
Okay, so it sounds like I might have just been jacked of my live stream because this guy's story is amazing. Yes, happy birthday to Michael Panero. Again, I don't know if it's a demonstration or a dimensional shift, or if it has something to do with the high magnetic energy on the ship that somehow alters or interferes with the electrical circuits in the human brain. Dude. Freaking insane. Sorry.
cabinet. Later that day, Stanley died.
The
and
ship
2
is
days
definitely
later,
a
Teresa
dreamland,
also lost
but it
her
can be a
life.
chamber of horrors.
Over the next
Many
few
unknowns
days,
inside
3
the
more
ship.
unexpected deaths occurred. 35-year-old Mary McFarland of Elmhurst, Illinois. 35-year-old
Am
Paula
I going to get
Prince
a
of
visit from the
Chicago,
Men in Black because of
and
this information?
27-year-old Mary Weiner of Winfield, Illinois.
Are all of us
All
going to
three
get
were
a visit
previously
from the
fit
Men in
and
Black
healthy.
because of this information? All
It
10
wasn't until
viewers?
early October that it was revealed all the deaths
Dude.
had one thing in common. They had all taken Tylenol shortly before they died, and all the capsules had been laced with a lethal dose of cyanide. Panic set in amongst the residents of Chicago, and frantic warnings were issued via the
Once
media
again,
and patrols using
this sounds
loudspeakers,
amazing.
warning residents throughout Chicago to discontinue the use of Tylenol products and ordering a massive recall of the more than 31 bottles of Tylenol in circulation. Police quickly ruled out contamination during production and concluded that the medicine had been tampered with over
Cutlass,
several weeks,
thoughts?
with the culprit adding the cyanide to the capsules before methodically returning to the stores to place the bottles back on the shelves. During the investigation into catching the predator,
Magnetic vortex resonance. MIB, NSA, TREAT, Tactical Reconnaissance Engineering Assessment Team. What the fuck? Have you ever heard of the Hollow Sky podcast? Because those guys would shit themselves for this right here. Oh my god. Chris, are you at a loss for words?
changes to make over-the-counter medications safer, and Johnson & Johnson introduced tamper-proof packaging that is still in use today to ensure something like this can never happen again. As for the perpetrator, well, he or she is still at large.
Sorry, regrets.
The Pollock twins. Florence Pollock
Same
and her
with the
husband
Tinfoil
John
Hat
were proud
podcast.
parents of
Yeah,
2
dude.
beautiful daughters, 11-year-old Joanne and 6-year-old. The family lived in the pretty English town of Hexham.
You guys can still
May
see me,
5th,
right? Like I haven't been
1957
like kicked
was
off
just
the
another
internet
Sunday
yet.
for the Pollocks. They got up late, ate breakfast, and made their way to church. But as the 2 girls crossed the street, An out-of-control car
Sand
reared
pulley is
toward them,
balls deep in this.
striking both the sisters
Are you still
and
there?
killing them almost
I'm
instantly.
gonna call you Magnetic Vortex because the last
driver was
word's
an
kind of a pain in my
intoxicated
ass.
mother who was attempting to kill herself after losing custody of her own children. John and Florence were, as you would expect, devastated by the loss of their daughters and felt completely lost.
Good, I'm still here. Is
The couple
Magnetic
needed
Vortex still
children
in the
their
chat?
lives, so decided to try for another child. On October 4th, 1958,
They
just
cut him
little
off?
over a
Oh,
year
shit.
after losing their daughters, Florence gave birth to identical twin girls, who they named Gillian and Jennifer. Soon after their birth, the family decided they wanted a fresh start away from the
Holy
place
shit.
where the horrible accident had taken place. So they moved from
I've
Hexham
witnessed
to a
illegal
place called
immigrants and
Bexley
homeless
Bay on
individuals
England's
being used
northeast
as
coast.
test flight subjects
The
for
family
ET
settled down
crafts.
with their new babies,
Needless to
who
say,
were
the
both
results
healthy and
were
healthy.
disastrous. Holy crap.
However, as they grew, their parents started to notice some bizarre likeness to Joanne and Jacqueline.
I might just edit this part out
Jennifer
of
had
my
two birthmarks,
live stream
one
and
on
make
her
it into a
waist
video
and
on its
the other on
own
her
because
forehead.
what the hell is going on, dude?
Their late daughter Jacqueline had a birthmark and a scar in the exact same place.
If you don't mind.
At first, Florence and John thought nothing of it, believing it was just a coincidence. However, as the girls got older and began to speak, the similarities between their twins and their late daughters became too pronounced to ignore.
Holy crap.
The girls simply knew things they shouldn't have. Almost as soon as they were able to talk, they began asking for their old
Yeah,
toys.
right, Chris?
Confused, the
I mean,
parents
Cutlass,
asked
I
them
don't
to
know
elaborate.
Chris. I
As
don't know
clear
his
as
last
day,
name.
The twins asked for dolls
I don't know
that
his
belonged to
location.
the previous twins, dolls they'd never seen or heard of. From there, the similarities only intensified, and things got more bizarre when the family moved back to Hexham after Florence.
When are
and
you
John
coming
got
out with this
closer.
information? And I hope it's not
The
right
twins
now
had
on
no
this live
memory of
stream, but
Hexham,
like, you know what I
as they were
mean?
so young when they
You said
moved.
earlier that you were going
But they
to
seemed
come
to
out
know
with it. Let me
things.
see what you said.
They recognized landmarks in Hexham they'd never seen, and they started asking to go places that were their sister's favorites.
Yeah, your
They knew
NDA
Joanna and Jackeline's
expired
school,
last
as
week.
well
I'm
as
disclosing
various
everything
friends
very
they had.
soon. I
The
didn't
girls
realize it was
also had
this
the same
soon.
taste as
Like,
their late sister,
when? How
and even
how
liked
soon
the
is
same
very
foods,
soon?
clothing and songs.
Last name Smith.
However,
That's
some of
right,
their knowledge
Chris.
was more disturbing. Their parents had never revealed the true nature of
The
Joanne's
crafts
and
are
Jacqueline's
living
catastrophic
biological
injuries.
entities that
But
require
despite
the
this,
operator
they
to be
still seemed
free
be
of
aware
hate,
the gory
greed,
details
or
of their
envy,
sisters' deaths.
just as ETs are.
One day, Gillian turned to Jennifer and told her that she could see blood coming from her eyes. Both girls also had a seemingly unexplainable phobia of cars. Florence and John became increasingly convinced their twins were the reincarnation of Joanne and Jacqueline.
What the hell
and
is
that their
going
dead
on?
daughters had returned to life
This
as
is
Gillian
amazing.
and Jennifer. However, after the girls turned
That's good,
5
I
years of
suppose,
age,
right, Chris?
with no
Yeah.
warning or explanation, the girls stopped mimicking their dead sisters. And as if a switch had been flicked, they lost all memory of their past lives.
I'm noticing
went
now
on to
that
lead normal
like
lives as
viewers are
children
like
and
dwindling.
adults.
Like maybe I should
Do you
leave.
think the twins returned as their dead sisters? or
Chime
was it
off in
all
the
just a
comments if you're
bizarre
still here.
coincidence? What do you think?
I know it's getting weird, but that's kind of the point,
The
isn't
average
it?
adult has 5 to 20 pounds of toxic poop in their body at any given moment.
Oh, thanks for
Seems
that
crazy.
information.
Frozen Jean Hillard. On a freezing night on December 20th, 1980, 19-year-old Jean Hillard was driving her dad's Ford car along an icy
The
gravel
ETs
shortcut
are
near Neptune,
garrisoned on the
Minnesota,
planet
when the car slipped
and on the
ended up
moon,
dead.
and they have bases in several
Jean knew
countries
she
in
wasn't far from
cooperation
alone,
with those
So
governments.
she scrambled out of the car and decided to walk to get help. The temperature that night was 20
Missy's still
below
here.
freezing, and Jean
None of that
wasn't really
surprises
dressed for
me.
the conditions, and it wasn't long before she started to struggle.
Okay,
The ranch was a lot further away than she first thought.
I'm gonna ask it. What do you know about Area 51? Is that have anything to do with this?
Members before blacking out. The next morning, the ranch owner, Wally Nielsen, found Jean in his yard. The poor girl was literally frozen solid like a block of ice. Her eyes were frozen open, and Wally was sure she was dead. Wally knew Jean well, as she was dating his friend, and the night before, they'd all been out together, drinking and dancing.
Misty, I'm glad you're still here.
But as he pulled her towards his house, he noticed a few bubbles coming out of her nose.
If I get fucking ghosted or murked,
Wally,
you know
who
whose
had
fault
made
it
her
is.
friend over, asked her to help him load Jean's body into his truck, but it was so solid it wouldn't fit in the cab, so they had to take the woman's car instead. It appeared there was no hope for Jean. When she arrived at Foston Hospital, doctors also feared the worst. Jean was so frozen they couldn't even get an IV into her
Well, I
arm.
know it's all
The
underground,
needles kept
Chris, but
breaking.
like, if you had any information on it. Like, that's obviously one of the most talked about areas.
And a pastor was called to say prayers.
And I'd feel like an ass if I didn't
To
ask.
everyone's surprise, as Jean's body thawed, she started to spasm, and by noon, she was talking coherently. In just a few hours, she'd gone from a block of ice to a scared teenager, worrying about her dad finding out his car was in a ditch. She had no idea she had been frozen solid for 6 hours and brought back to life. Due to severe frostbite, doctors considered amputating both Jean's legs to avoid infection. But in the end, Jean went home with little more than blistered toes that were numb for a while. Her case was so remarkable it made headlines, and it was lauded as a modern-day miracle. Jean was in demand to tell her story and toured local churches and appeared on talk shows, and was dubbed the Miracle Girl from Langby, Minnesota.
Oh, I get what you're saying, Chris.
Since her
Okay.
ordeal, Jean has suffered
I
no
was stationed
effect
in
from being
Pine
frozen
Gap in
solid
Alice
or back
Springs,
to life,
Australia.
and went
Area
on to get married
51
in
is
October.
useless now.
Nowadays she lives in Cambridge, Minnesota,
See, I
and
get
works in a Walmart. Whilst it's not unheard of for a human to be thawed out alive after being frozen solid,
Well then.
it is extremely rare, which is why the hospital did everything
That's
it could
insane.
to try and revive her. They have a motto
Let me see
that
something
no one
here.
is dead until they're warm and dead, something that almost certainly saved her life. However, what is a mystery, in Jean's case, is the way they thawed her out. These days, with modern
Is there any
medicine,
more
doctors
information that
use
you can
a
give us
special
about this
device that
place?
pumps the patient's blood
Or about,
through a
like,
heater, warming their
what you
vital
know?
organs from the inside, giving the patient a much better chance of survival. Whereas back in 1980, all Jean had was some heat pads, a lot of
I'm going to
prayers, and an
subscribe to
incredible
your
amount of
channel there, Magnetic Vortex.
The mysterious death of Mary Reeser. On a July morning in 1951, landlord Pansy Carpenter received
Well,
a
exposed so
telegram
long ago that I
addressed
knew it
to
would
Mary
be
Reeser,
washed as long
one of
as
the
they
tenants
deny.
who had
Exactly,
tenanted their
dude.
apartment
Yeah,
complex.
I agree with that. Makes 100%
She took
total
the
sense.
telegram to Mary's apartment and knocked on the door. When there was no answer, she decided to open the door using her keys, but got a shock when
Insane.
the doorknob felt unusually hot, almost to the point of being untouchable. As she entered the apartment, she realized something was very wrong and didn't go any further before calling the police. When the police arrived, they found
I'm not even like
67-year-old
watching
Mary,
the video
along
I
with the
have
chair she
playing.
was sitting on,
I hope you guys are enjoying it. But
all that was left was her left foot. Her
the
skull,
term for
partially
individuals
swollen.
working on these test sites
Next to her chair
is
was a
behind
pile of
the green
newspapers
door of a
completely
lifetime
unaffected.
of silence.
Also intact was all the furniture and
Behind the green
carpets and
door,
walls in the apartment.
a lifetime of
The only
silence.
sign that there had been a fire at all were a few softened plastic
That sounds
appliances
fucking terrible.
and some soot on the ceiling above Mary's cremated body. The investigation into Mary's death perplexed the police. For Mary to have burned to ash like she had would have required a temperature of around 3,000 degrees. And yet, her living room contained almost no evidence of a small fire.
What the hell,
let
man?
alone an inferno. Her skull had shrunk to a very small size, an anomaly which complicated the
I
investigation.
use top fives for background noise all the time.
As
Yeah,
normally under
you know,
intense heat,
like
the
you said
human skull
earlier,
would
his
glow,
voice is very
often to the
soothing.
point of explosion.
Oh, I
Everything we could
remember.
confirm with
Okay, funny story. Switching from aliens back to ghost hunting. I used a clip of them talking about me on this channel in another video where I returned to the island, and somebody commented, "Who's the guy with the fake British accent?" I said, in one of my comments, which I love comments from everybody, whether it's like you hate me or not, like you like me, you hate me, but the ones that made me laugh was that one, like because she says, "Who's the guy with the fake British accent?" And I said, top 5 from YouTube. I don't think it's British, a fake accent, but maybe it is. But if it is, millions of subscribers love it, so
certainty
they didn't respond back. I think they kind of felt like asses.
was that Mary met her death in the early hours of the morning.
What a
at
fool,
around
he says,
4:30
yeah.
a.m., as this was the time her clock had stopped after its socket had melted. With nothing else to go on, the police sent Mary's remaining foot, 6 small objects thought to be teeth, part of the carpet, and some glass shards found in the ashes, to the FBI Director Edgar Hoover, with a note requesting information or theories on what could have caused a
The
human
black
body
budget
to
world
incinerate in such a small area
is at least
with so little
250 years
damage
ahead of
anything
any
around it.
After several
Anything
weeks,
publicly
the FBI
available.
declared it was
Jesus
a case
Christ.
of the wick effect, caused by the unfortunate combination of Mary's flammable nightgown, her cigarette, and the fact she had taken sleeping pills. It was theorized that Mary had either died from a stroke or heart attack.
Well, not that
or
I'm
was
not
unconscious
interested in
under
this,
the
I very
influence
much
of sleeping
am,
pills.
but
When her lit cigarette fell
let me
on
see
her
here.
night
Any human
clothes,
on the
burned
planet
through
with
the
a
skin of
real
candle.
specific abilities or an
However, the problem
affinity
with this
for
theory is
extra
it didn't
sensory
quite explain how enough
perception
heat was
is
generated
known.
to cremate a human body,
They are
or why
few
the skull
and
had
they
shrunk.
are counted. Damn.
This theory was quickly dismissed by another expert, and the St. Petersburg police were back at square one. It was later suggested that Mary might have been murdered and burned at a different location and then brought back to the apartment. However, again, this theory was
The least they
flawed,
could do is
as the
kick
killer
down
would have
this.
to have had access to
Kick down at
crematorium
this
equipment
point
and
is
wiping
a
her
med
back
bed.
with
Yeah.
a burnt chair. Then, of course, there is the speculation that Mary's death was a case of spontaneous human combustion, when an object ignites and burns without an external source of fire. However, the FBI and the police
When a brilliant mind
ruled out this
has a
theory
thought
and Mary
in their
was a
brain
case, although even
with
today
magical
it has been
insights
incorrectly
that is
described
world
as
changing,
spontaneous human
the
combustion.
black budget world already knows.
The
They have
truth is,
technology
there is
at a
still no
level
single
of
satisfying
spyware.
theory
Let that
explains
sink
all
in.
the elements of Mary's death. And 70 years later, it remains one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in modern history.
Really, truly is freaky, dude.
A short 2-day program that gives me negotiating
Like I was saying,
skills
though,
I'll be able to use for a long time. That's how
in
I'm
about
getting
7
further
minutes,
faster.
or whatever this video's over here, which is probably about 7 minutes,
The real
I
Walter
am
Collins.
going to end it.
On March 10th, 1920,
Just because
a
it
9-year-old
is
boy
going to
named
be pretty
Walter
late here.
Collins disappeared from his Los Angeles neighborhood after a trip to the cinema. The police searched frantically for the boy, and his disappearance received nationwide attention. But despite many leads, they turned up nothing, and the Los Angeles Police Department came under increasing pressure to solve the case. Then, 5 months after Walter vanished, a boy claiming to be Walter handed himself in to police in DeKalb, Illinois. Walter's mother, Christine, saw photographs of the boy, and they exchanged letters, and believing he was her son, she paid for him to be brought to Los Angeles. But
I've
when
heard about
Christine
this
was
story
reunited
that, by
with
the
her
way, it's
son,
pretty
she
fucked
told
up.
the police the boy was not Walter. However, the officer in charge of the case, Captain J.J. Jones, was under pressure to get the case wrapped up, so he convinced Christine
Have a
to take the
blessed
boy
night.
and
Yes.
try him out.
You too, Magnetic
After 3
Vortex,
weeks,
and
Christine
thank
was
you
still
for
convinced the boy was not Walter,
all
and
the
she obtained
information.
Walter's dental records to prove the boy was an imposter. However, Captain Jones,
Like I said, I put my email in the
and
chat for
accused
you if you want to
Christine
hit
of
me
being a
up
bad
about it,
mother
dude.
who was trying to abandon her son. He also told her she was bringing ridicule
Missy
to
says
the
good
police
night, so good night to you, Missy. I love you.
Jones then had Christine
That's my sister,
admitted to
everybody,
a
just so you're aware.
psychiatric ward at Los Angeles County Hospital.
Not that I don't
under a
care for
Code
you guys,
12
too.
internment, a term used to jail or commit someone who was deemed difficult or an inconvenience. Whilst Christine was held against her will, the boy was questioned again, and a handwriting expert determined that the boy's handwriting samples did not match Walter's. He later admitted he was 12-year-old Arthur Hutchins Jr., who ran away from home after his mother died. When police initially picked him up in Iowa and asked him if he was Walter Collins, he said no, but then said yes, believing by posing as the missing boy, he could get a free trip to California so he could meet his favorite actor, Tom Mix. After the revelation, Christine was released and filed and won a lawsuit against the Los Angeles Police Department and Jones. Christine won the case and was awarded $10,800.
Good night,
Jones then
KJ.
paid. He was initially suspended by the LAPD, but later permanently reinstated. It is widely believed that Walter Collins was one of the victims of serial killer Gordon Stewart Northcott and his mother Sarah Louise Northcott. The Northcotts kidnapped, sexually abused and killed several boys in what became known as the Wineville Chicken Coop murders. Although they were never charged with the murder because police couldn't find any physical evidence that conclusively linked Walter to them. Although after speaking to Gordon shortly before he was executed, Christine was convinced her son was not one of their victims, as she thought he was insane, and his vague replies and his refusal to remember any details about Walter's clothing or appearance gave her hope that her son was still alive. Christine held out hope for decades that Walter was still alive, and she continued searching for him until she died in Los Angeles in 1964, 36 years after her only son went missing. To date, no one exactly knows what happened to Walter Collins. In 2008, the film Changeling was released, starring Angelina Jolie as Christine Collins, that repeated the events of Walter Collins' disappearance.
Sorry, everybody.
And his links to the Wineville.
After this one, I think I'm just going to go to bed, so if you guys haven't already liked the video, I appreciate it.
And leave any theories on these 5 cases in the comment section below.
Oh, shit.
Thanks for watching. And as always,
now, Chris just heard a weird noise outside. Great. Dude, I'm going to hit you up in the morning on Facebook or something. You let me know right away if you're good. If I'm good, I'll hit you up right away.
Sign 3. You feel guilty when you're not busy. Sign 4. You multitask and make lots of mistakes. Sign 5. You worry about good experiences ending. Sign 6.
Sorry, skipping this. No shit. He's sending me a skull. Oh my god. Was that the end of it? I guess that was the end of it. Hey, look. That's what's happening right now. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for swinging by, liking the video, commenting. I am actually one more subscriber closer to my 400 mark, which is pretty amazing. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Chris says, well, rest in peace. God dang it, Chris. Okay. Everybody have a good night, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next one.